I think I have not watched since July of 2020. I have not watched World News Tonight. Guys, I've been watching World News Tonight for 20 fucking years. Every night, religiously at 6:30, unless I was working or doing something stupid. Guys, I have not watched the news again. It was part of me just disconnecting. There's times I come on here now and I have no idea what to talk about or what's going on in the world because I live my life through 60 Minutes and I live my life through Bill Maher on Sunday night, just a little bit. That's the most politics I could take anyway, and that's the most type of chit-chat on that subject I could take. But fucking, I told my wife during the week, I go, I still remember us mumbling leaving, and we were leaving for various reasons. Like, I saw things, it was just time. It was just time, and we were going to leave anyway. But I appreciated how my wife did it in 2 weeks before I could even think of changing my fucking mind. Because if you know anything about me, I'm a fucking procrastinator. I knew I had to leave LA. Since 2017, I knew it was time to go. I was overstaying my welcome. But you wait. You think something big's going to happen. And I was telling my wife the other day, I go, I'll never forget how when I told my agents that I was leaving, how all of a sudden they were handing me the world. What do you mean leaving? Listen, let's do this. Let's get you on the phone with a fucking... And there was nothing going on. Nobody was doing anything. Nobody was talking. There was maybe 5 or 6 comedy clubs open. People were getting COVID at the comedy clubs already. And they're calling me, talking to me about fucking, we're going to get you a pitch meeting. You're going to get a show on TV. And I'm like Pat Benatar in '84. It's a little too late, Jack. It's a little too late. I've been hearing that story for 10 fucking years. I pitched something, the whole thing, it's time to fucking go. And next thing you know, we're on a plane. But with all that in mind, I want you to think about how much your life changed. Mike had a day job.
Yeah, this was the last day at that job.
Mike had a day job. Mike, have you ever heard from him again?
Nope.
Have they ever called you for your computer?
No.
No. Think about, he'll probably edit this out in case they're watching. They're like, Mike, I mean, bro, people just changed. Think of how many friends you had that just fucking changed. Think of how you changed deep down inside. I know I fucking changed a ton without trying. Without trying. You know, you're like, I'm going to stop smoking pot. I'm going to stop eating Chinese food. You know, that type of shit. I'm going to stop eating pussy. I'm going to stop sniffing underwears. All that shit. Everything stopped by itself. There was no focus. There was no, like, you changed. You changed. Just the amount of coffee I was drinking. The amount of sleep I was sleeping. The amount of stress I was going under, which I had no idea about. You read about stress as a silent killer. You don't have a fucking clue about stress until the fucking ship travels. I didn't know I was stressed out. I had no fucking idea what the hell was going on. But the pandemic made me fucking petrified, scared, and it opened my eyes. It really did. Those first 2 or 3 months at home, alone, not seeing your fucking friends, talking to Mike and Lee and Steve Simone and, you know, what's going on? Do you need anything? Are you all right? Like that. You know, we were just trying to take care of each other. Lee started walking with those fucking dudes. They were dragging them along Ventura Boulevard with masks on. It was a fucking trying time. Think about this week. I want you to really say to yourself, what the fuck did I do during the pandemic? How scared was I? How scared was I? Dog, I was scared of losing everything. For starters, I got to be honest with you guys. I was scared of losing my wife. I was really on the brink of losing my wife. Not that, no. I shouldn't say that. I wasn't on the brink of losing my wife. It was going to end bad if I didn't step away. Because, like, for the first 3 weeks, I just hid from her. I had no idea what to say to my wife. I had no idea, like the first 2 weeks. And finally, one day I was in the back room, and I go, you know what? This is not a time to be isolated from your wife. This is not a time to be not happy with your significant other. This is not a time for any of this shit. Whether it be your parents, your brother, your sister, this was not a time. We were all so touchy that it was not a time for me and my wife to be at each other at all, at any fucking level, over anything. I said to myself, I'm not going to argue with her. I'm not going to give her a hard time. In fact, I'm going to be with her a lot more than I hang. I mean, we were fucking stuck in a goddamn house. I mean, you know, I went for a ride once or twice a day. She went for a ride once or twice a day. I started riding my bike, you know. I think that's where I changed the most. I looked at my fitness a lot more and my health. We all really started looking at our fitness and our health. We started looking at our futures. I know I did. I started looking at my future going, what the fuck are we going to do here? What the fuck is going on here, you know? I looked at my family, and I tell you what, where I improved since the pandemic. I'm going to tell you where I improved so much, because you have to take a mental, you really do have to make a fucking, you have to take like an inventory now and go, what did I learn the last 3 years? What did I really go through? I think I became a better husband. It forced me to become a better father. It taught me how to relax again. It taught me how to sit in a chair outside and go, it's okay. It's okay. I got nowhere to be. And guess what? The world's not going to end if I don't get there. They'll fucking live with it, and I'll live with it. We were in a rush from 1979 to 2020. I was always in a rush. Always in a fucking rush. You know, I did not know how to even work out. You know, I would go to jiu-jitsu, and I'd be thinking about the next activity. I'd go to the gym, and in the middle of the gym, I'd be thinking about the next activity. If I went to do stand-up, I wasn't living in the moment anymore. My mind was racing, and that's never good. I'm not whining, guys. It was great. I had a good time. You know, we accomplished our goals, but somewhere along the line, I think a lot of people, not just comedians, I think a lot of people gained strength through the pandemic. As fucking scary as it was. Because remember, the only way you get stronger in life is by moving past something. We moved past something fucking pretty big. The main question is, how are we going to react to the next one? Was this a fucking prelude? Yeah, was this a prelude to something that's going to happen in the future? I mean, they're never going to lock us down again. Now is when they've learned all the fucking damage that the lockdown did to kids, to seniors, to us.